Well, folks, welcome to another episode of the Propstop Showcase. So today I want to talk about two things. I want to talk about this prop. This is the robot Lackki from the TV show Captain Powers and the Soldier of the Future. This was gifted to me by someone I'm going to talk about, and they only made one of these, so it's got little animatronics that were put inside it that made the eyebrows raise and fall. I'm not even sure if I can do that anymore, so I'm not going to be grabbing pieces of this. It's all made out of perspex. So this is how old school one-of-a-kind props were made. You might make a casting if you're going to have an army of these, but since there was only one of these heads that was mounted on a electric wheelchair base and had, like, you know, remote controlled arms and stuff, there was just the one of these. So inside you'll see a lever that can be pulled, and it does operate the jaw up and down. And this is how it was all fixed onto the wheelchair chassis. So a gentleman by the name of Walter Klassen, he is someone I've got a great amount of respect for. He came, I don't know if he was born there, I think he was born in Europe, but he had a shop in Toronto, Klassen's, which has now been moved from its main base where it was out of Toronto into another suburb. But let me tell you, I wrote to him and he very kindly invited me to his shop, treated me like a human being, unlike some people have in the industry. You know, I'm a fan, I fully admit it, but at the same time I'm a fan who wanted to ask questions, and he had answers for me and very kindly took the time to talk to me over the phone and then invited me to his shop. And you know, it was the best hours of that year, walking around, him introducing me to his workers. It was very clear that he was a mentor to many, and he was, well, he was a genius. There's no other word about it. Walter Klassen was a genius. He was a huge part of the Toronto film world. His work is all over the 80s, the 90s and the 2000s. And as he got older, he started delegating the work to others. A wonderful set of people over there, including the organizer and boss of Klassen's, a gentleman by the name of Taku, he installs everything that Walter was. You know, he's just a good person, a kind person, and a very professional person. And I want to deal in my life with professional people, and most of my time I deal with people in the industry. If they have old things at them loft and they want to sell them, that's all great. But what I really want to do is just talk to them and just ask them about the things that I love, and, you know, what is this and how did you accomplish this? And I gotta say that everybody in that organization, some of the best memories in the whole of the hobby since going back to 1988. So Walter was involved in an amazing film about his life called Walter the... you know, the name's gonna escape me now. He made things appear. So it was Walter it was one word. Anyway, that movie I don't believe has come out yet, but I did get to watch the opening title sequence. Materializer, Walter the Materializer. And it was just all about the shop and his life and what he'd done, the amazing TV shows where he'd made incredible animatronic animals and robots, and Resident Evil, the weapons that he'd designed and made, and you know, I will never forget him. I'll never ever not think about the time that I had just sitting with him talking on audio about his life. I have hours and hours of that, some of which has already been released with the Captain Power, and I'm working on doing the rest. It takes time because you've got to put visual material with it, and I'm trying to make it as professional as I can. Because the two things, those interviews and What Will the Materializer, really, I don't think he ever wrote a book, so it's really part of his life. And I will never stop thinking about him and his contribution, and all the good people at Klassen, who I can't wait to see again one day, and just some of the best makers in the industry, and certainly, as I said, incredibly professional, and just some stunningly great memories. And as I said, I got to the end of my second visit, And Walter said, well, you love Captain Power, Mark. You should be the keeper of Lackki. And I mean, it really got me. So at the time, no Captain Power for 10, 15 years, and then all within the space of 2 years, the Dread Trooper, the Captain Power suit, and then next to those, the crowning piece, Lackki, Lord Dread's Lackki, for want of a better word, the robot's head, and the design drawings for him and some pictures of him on set. So, to Walter, I hope you're up there right now feeding the birds. You love that, and I love that for you. The freedom of living a life that was well led, but also living it your way. And I take my hat off to you, sir. Your contributions to the world with your Steadicam vest designs, all the people who had so much weight less on their shoulders, all of the incredible prop designs you made for the Canadian and the world's film business. Your work will live on forever, and I'll never stop being proudly able to say that you were someone I held in great esteem and treated me like a friend, and I thank you for that. So yeah, this is from Captain Power. This is Lackki's head. He's in the Captain Power prop stock collection, which is probably the biggest in the world at this point, with maybe 8 items, but it doesn't matter because all those 8 items are just loved so much. And I'm so pleased to tell you that if you want to see the HD versions on YouTube, they're up. Someone did it themselves, put HD versions of Captain Power, and these things can be screen matched left, right and center, unlike the old horrible VHS and DVD copies that are washed out and horrible. So I hope you've enjoyed this little walk down memory lane. This was very much about my friend, and I thank you very much, sir, and miss you. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you again on another episode of Propstop Showcase. Until then, like, subscribe, take care of yourself, and love everybody out there that you love. That's most important. See you again.